MoMondays, Newport Beach. I'm so excited. Thank you for everyone here today. We have a nice little crowd, and that's great because we can really get to know each other this way and share.
And now all of a sudden I'm making like, a little bit of money here and there, right? And I'm struggling to get by. And I'm like, oh my gosh, where's my next job to come from? But I got like exciting things that I'm doing. Okay, well, my wife really wasn't on board with what I wanted to do. Kind of understandably, a lot of people need the security and all that. And so we had to make a decision. Hey, do you want to come on board with this, or do you want to, or are we going to go our separate ways? And we tried to work things out for like 8 months. We tried, and things just didn't work out. We're still friends, but we're just not together anymore. My son was 13, now he's 16. Great, well-adjusted kid. But he understood. He had a hard time at first, but he understood that this is Dad's path. This is my path. And I know someday I'm going to find another woman, and get married and all that stuff. Somebody that's going to understand my dreams and where I want to head with my life. I've done some fantastic things.
And I fell to my knees and I cried and I screamed. And if the neighbors had heard me, they probably would have called and had me committed. But it was that pivotal moment when I knew that I was going to have to take charge. I was tired of the doctors giving me answers or non-answers, if you will. And I went on the internet and I did some research on my own, and through the grace of God, I found out that my husband has something called Susac syndrome, which is essentially a vasculitis that attacks the brain. And so the odd thing about that was, it's also a disease that affects only premenopausal women. Now, can you imagine me telling the doctors that my husband has Susac syndrome? And they've never heard of it. And when they did check it out, of course, it's something that only women get, and so they kind of poo-poo me, like, you don't know what you're talking about.
I'm bringing you right now to about the end of 2011, and I was just finishing Tony Robbins. I was in his Unleash the Power Within course, and I would say that. Yep, she would. She would. And I was in that course with my son. Now, it wasn't the first time I'd taken that course. I'd already gone through his 2-year Master University, which was an amazing course. I did that 2005 to 2007. But this time I went with my son, who was 20 at the time, as a gift to him. So I was there this time, though, about love. Okay, got attention out there. All right, so the end of 2011, and I'm sitting there with him, and I'd be in the course, and I'm like, kind of skipping my step, and I'm all excited for life, and I have this whole new goal. And I moved right into planning my goals for the year. Because I do that every year. I don't think anybody else does that. And I'm very, very loyal to that. And I will actually sit down, I will put together my top values for the year, because those can change. And then I'll create my goals.
I spent 5 minutes every day for 31 days really feeling the celebration. I mean, like, woohoo! I am me! Hear me roar! I am awesome! I am all that in a bag of chips. And I would feel it for 5 minutes. And a strange thing happened. About 2 weeks into this process, I started getting more clients. People I didn't even know, they'd call me up and hire me. And I'm like, well, that's kind of interesting. And then about 3 weeks into the process, I realized, my God, I'm happier than I have ever been in at least a decade, if not longer.
I was at a Christian men's retreat up in the mountains. And they told me my dad had died. And, I wasn't that close to my dad really, but I still had feelings for him. So we had about 500 guys up there at this men's retreat. And we started singing Amazing Grace. Whoa, this is something else, man. Because I wasn't used to this, because we were the ones that controlled things and did things. So they started singing Amazing Grace, and it's like the heavens opened up. You gotta remember, I'm from the streets now, and I didn't believe in miracles then. Like the heavens opened up, and it sounded like a voice told me, all is forgiven. And ever since then, I still remember those lines. And from there, I just settled down. That's when my life changed. They say life doesn't begin till you're 40, and that's what I was. And I just went along with life and did my thing.
I was meditating. I was all over the, just with the angels. I was very calm, surprisingly calm, until I heard the technician say, "Doctor, we've got a problem. You punctured her artery." And I went, "What?" And he went, "What?" And the slide, he goes, "I gotta see the slides." He was going back and forth. And I said, "What are we gonna do about it?" He just started pressing on right here for 45 long minutes. And you can imagine what was going through my mind. It's like, I was thinking about my career. I've come so far. I've got my radio show intact. I've got clients. I survived my back thing. Why? And I'm going, okay, stop it. I'm having this major dialogue going on in my head.
So I encourage you, no matter how it is or where it is, to share your story with other people. And thank you again for coming to MoMondays in Newport Beach.